How many of you have been told that after 40 your metabolism is doomed?
Whoa!
Doomed.
That weight gain is just something you have to accept. Well, today we're busting that myth and several others as well.
Okay, my name's Elsie.
And I'm Emma, and we help women over 40 take control of their metabolism. We help them to feel energized and to create a body that they love without extreme dieting or endless cardio.
So, it's important because as women reach their 40s and beyond, hormonal shifts can happen.
Have you ever heard that?
You ever heard that? Ever noticed that? Okay, your hormonal shifts happen, things like declining estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and they can impact our metabolism, the muscle mass, and fat storage.
And many women experience unexplained weight gain, fatigue, stubborn fat, and even though they're eating less and exercising more.
So, the problem isn't age itself. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
It's how we adapt our approach to match what our bodies actually need.
So understanding metabolism myths will help you to make smarter choices and to see better results.
Okay, so we want to chat about 5 metabolism myths, what the truth is, and give you some simple strategies that you can start using today.
So myth number 1. Have you ever heard this one? Your metabolism slows down with age. And the myth is that after 40 your metabolism, it just slows down and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh my. But the truth is, age alone is not the problem. It's a combination of things. It's the muscle loss, it's the hormone changes, and it's lifestyle habits that can impact metabolism. So the good news is you have control over all of these.
So just as an example, people who stay active and train in their 50s and their 60s and beyond, they often have better metabolisms than those in their 30s who are not active. And we can all see examples of that, out and about. We see ladies who are older and they seem to be thriving and they seem to have kept in great shape. So what is the difference?
No, I'll just give you an example. One of the ladies that we work with, Martina, and Martina is 60. And Martina was finding and was told that her metabolism would just keep slowing down. She had a bit of an issue with her muscles, and that she would just continue to lose muscle. She would continue to slow down, and that was just the way it was going to be. But thankfully for Martina, that was absolutely not true. And Martina changed what she was eating. She was already exercising, doing all of the things to help her body. But when she got the food right alongside what she was doing, everything changed. Her metabolism started to work better, her muscles were getting stronger, she was getting stronger, and she was able to do lots of things that she was not able to do before. And she's not getting younger. Martina's not getting any younger. None of us are getting any younger.
And so she's definitely proof that we do not just have to accept that our metabolism is going to slow down after 40. Martina has definitely reversed that slowing down of her metabolism. She's got more energies than she's had in such a long time. She's fitter, she's stronger, and she's shaped up a little as well. So a couple of practical tips that you can do is, one is to prioritize strength training at least 2 to 3 times a week so that you can maintain your muscle mass. Having more muscle means your metabolism is faster, it works higher. The more muscles you have, the more calories you burn on a daily basis. So we want to maintain our muscle, and we want to gain a little bit of extra muscle if we can as well. So lifting some weights, starting with body weight exercise. If you've been doing nothing, start with body weight exercise. You can start very short. You don't have to do too many reps in the beginning. If you haven't been doing much exercise, you don't need to do too much to start challenging those muscles, and you'll really reap the rewards of it. The ladies that we work with, they do 4 minutes a day to get that underway. It's so short that anybody can do it. So think about that. A little bit of jumping. Once you've built up that base strength, a little bit of jumping will help as well. Squatting. Squatting is an exercise that uses all of those big muscles. So adding some squats into the day, even if it's only 10 squats 2 or 3 times throughout the day, that will take you forwards if you've been doing nothing.
So, and then the next thing, just a wee bonus one here, is eating enough protein. And, it's about 1 gram of protein per ideal body weight. So if your ideal body weight is 130 pounds, then you should be aiming for 130 grams of protein every single day.
Yeah, and this will totally support your building your muscle and maintaining your muscle. So those two, the strength training and the protein, go hand in hand. Like chalk and cheese. Not like chalk and cheese, actually. Like salt and pepper, maybe. They have to go together, not like chalk and cheese.
Salt and pepper, salt and vinegar. All of those lovely
vinegar, yes.
combinations.
That's a better choice.
Okay. So the second myth we want to talk about is eating less is the key to boosting metabolism.
And the myth is that you need to eat fewer calories to speed up weight loss. Does that sound like something
you've
that's
ever heard
true?
before? Yeah, okay. So the truth is, chronically eating too little actually slows your metabolism down because your body senses that restriction and it holds on to fat. It also breaks down your muscle for energy, which is really something we definitely do not want because it further lowers your metabolism.
And many women who have dieted for years and years find that when they increase their protein and their calorie intake strategically, so not just with any old foods, but with good foods, they actually end up losing more fat. So you can eat more, and particularly adding in that protein, and you will find that you shape up. You get in better shape when you're eating more of the right things rather than just cutting back.
Okay, so instead of extreme calorie cutting, focus on high quality nutrition. So we're aiming for 30 grams of protein in every single meal.
At least
that. That's a minimum.
And then we're adding in our healthy fats, so things like butter, like coconut oil, like olive oil. That really helps to balance our hormones so that everything starts to work a little bit better. And you've got your protein, your healthy fats. Let's add in some non-starchy carbs, things like your broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower veg, any veg that grows above the ground, like berries and cherries. Add that in, and that will give you some really quality nutrition to help your body and to help your metabolism work better.
Okay, so myth number 3, cardio is the best way to burn fat. Who's ever heard that before?
Anybody heard that one?
We've heard it before. So the myth is you need to do hours of cardio to boost metabolism and lose weight.
Hours of cardio.
But
the truth is that while cardio has health benefits, so there's no doubt that cardio, whether it's just walking or maybe some people like to do a little bit of jogging, but a little bit of cardio, it definitely has health benefits. It improves your heart, it's good for your circulation. There's lots of things that is good for, but strength training and metabolic flexibility are far more effective when it comes to fat loss. So the cardio is still good, but we want to focus on our strength training and our metabolic flexibility when we're trying to get in shape.
Yeah, so, women who add resistance training 2 to 3 times a week see better fat burning results than those who are doing endless cardio.
So, the real truth is becoming a great fat burner actually depends on what you eat. So this is something that we think that endless hours of cardio is going to help us to burn lots of fat. But when we shift our focus and really get down to eating good quality foods, then we'll start to see that change.
And Paula saw that change for herself. Paula came to us. She was a runner, loved her running, but her times were getting slower and she just wasn't in the shape that she wanted to be in.
She was the prime example of somebody spending hours and hours every week running. Now, she does it because she absolutely loves it. That is her thing, but she wasn't in as good shape as she wanted to be. She was aching, her joints were aching, her times were getting slower. She was very much one of those ladies thinking, oh, it's all downhill after 40, am I going to have to give up my running? But Paula, by changing what she was eating, by, some of those things that we talked about in the last myth there, the protein, the healthy fats, the non-starchy veg. By getting that right, she has actually found that she's got into better shape. She's discovered some abs that she didn't have before, even though she was doing that endless amounts of running.
And she's got loads of energy now. She feels so much stronger. And the fact is then she turned from just running, we're saying just running, but I mean she was running a lot, to doing fell running, which was like up and down hills and hill sprints and all of that sort of stuff. And, that was a much tougher thing. So she went from doing the running to doing the really hard stuff with the fell running. And feeling great.
She's celebrating now being in her 50s and running the best that she's been able to run for a long time. So, when we think about getting the nutrition right, and when we think about our exercise, we want to think about an ideal routine, including 2 to 3 days of strength training a week. When you become more experienced, you might want to do 3 to 4 days. That is fine, but it's all about preserving and building that lean muscle mass.
And then it's about being active and having daily movement. We think everything is about exercise, but everything is not about exercise. We need to move our body. We need to move our body right throughout the day. So, outside of workouts, we're thinking about 7,500 steps as an absolute minimum. And that shows that you're active, that you're actually moving your body about through the day. So think of that 7,500 as a baseline before you add in any exercise on top.
Yeah, 7,500, and for some people you get those sort of steps in very quickly, very easily if your day is generally active. But if you have a desk job and then maybe you're driving to and from work, you can find you spend an awful lot of time sitting, and you actually have to figure out, how can I add in a 5-minute walk after my lunch, or how can I add in a 15-minute walk there, a 10-minute walk there. It doesn't matter that you go out and walk 7,500 steps in one go. It matters that you get moving throughout the day. And actually, little and often when it comes to movement is better than just one big long walk. So little and often, get moving, dance around the kitchen, whatever you need to do.
Or at the ironing board, whatever it is. Okay, so myth number 4, we'll have to move along swiftly. Intermittent fasting is the best way to boost metabolism. Oh my.
And so many of you may have heard this. The myth is that intermittent fasting is the ultimate way to boost your metabolism and to burn fat.
Yeah, but the truth is that while intermittent fasting can be a really useful tool, some people just, it does not suit them. It is not a magic solution. It works because it reduces overall calorie intake and improves insulin sensitivity, which is so important, but it doesn't really directly speed up metabolism in any way.
And some women will thrive on intermittent fasting, while others experience hormonal imbalances. They maybe end up with increased stress. Some can end up with muscle loss, particularly if they're not eating enough protein, or if the fasting is too extreme.
So instead of following those rigid fasting rules, focus on really what works for your body. We talk a lot about listening to your body. It's so important. So if you're trying out intermittent fasting, start with a moderate fasting window, something between 12 and 14 hours overnight, and then adjust the meals that you're eating, adjust based on your energy levels.
And it is really important, just because we are only eating. So intermittent fasting is all about, you fast for a certain number of hours and then you eat between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. at night. And that's your eating hours, as it were. And it is really, really important that we still get enough protein. We have to eat enough protein within the time that we're eating to make sure that we maintain that lean muscle mass. We've already mentioned at least 30 grams of protein in each of your meals of the day to really help with that.
Yeah, so intermittent fasting can interfere with getting your protein in if you're not a really avid protein eater. So yes, listen to your body. If fasting leads to cravings, fatigue, or sometimes it can lead to hormonal issues, it may just not be right for you.
Okay, so myth number 5 is about metabolism. I'm sure you've heard this. Metabolism is just about calories in versus calories out. we've all heard this. It's like this idea. The myth is the weight loss is simple. Just burn more calories than you eat and you lose weight. It's as simple and easy as that. Has anybody heard that?
Have you heard it? Do you believe it? Okay.
Have you tried it and found that it doesn't always work?
Okay, and the truth is, hormones, sleep, stress, and gut health, I mean, they all play a massive role in metabolism. Two people can eat exactly the same number of calories, but their body processes them differently based on various factors.
So, if we have a woman who is chronically stressed, she's maybe not sleeping very well, so she will tend to store more fat than someone eating exactly the same calories, but who's sleeping well, doesn't really have much stress in her life at the minute. So two ladies can be eating exactly the same number of calories, and yet their results will be very different. And what we also know is that two ladies could be eating the same number of calories, but one is eating all of it from sugars and starchy carbs, and the other one is focusing on their proteins, their natural fats, and also getting those non-starchy veg. And they will actually find that their results are better than the person who's focused entirely on the starchy carbs.
But we hear it so often. It's simple. You hear the people say it's so simple. Just eat less, and eat less calories than you're burning, and that's it. And you hear it over and over again. It's so simple. Don't be thinking it's anything else. But that's just not true. And I tested this out even in myself. A few years back, I thought, oh well, I'll give this. I was proving it wrong, really. But I mean, you always be hopeful that you'll get some benefit. But I did a 30-day period of very low calories.
I mean, it was 600 to 800 calories a day.
600 calories to maybe up to 800 calories, maybe in the odd day. But for 30 days, I did that. And I think the first week I lost 2 pounds. And the second week, I think I lost half a pound. And after that, I didn't lose anything. I lost absolutely nothing more after that. And so if eating less calories than you're burning, I was exercising, by the way. I was exercising in that same 30-day period alongside eating 600 calories most days, 800 on an odd day. And nothing really changed very much at all. My body just adjusted to that and said, oh, Elsie, you're not going to be burning all those calories now because we don't have so many, and it adjusted my metabolism down.
And when we calculated it out, if it was only about the calories in and the calories out, Elsie should have been losing at least 10 pounds in those 4 weeks. But it didn't happen that way. So we all know, and many of you have maybe tried things before where you've started on a plan, you drop a chunk of weight in the first week, and then despite continuing to eat in the new way that you're eating, you don't lose it at the same rate, even though the calories are less. So, it's something, and some of you will have noticed that over time, you're cutting back and doing more exercise and cutting back and doing more exercise, and it's just not shifting anymore.
That's not good. So, it all starts with improving your metabolic health. I mean, that is really what it's all about, making things work really well. So one of the things that we want to think about first in that list is prioritizing sleep. And prioritizing sleep means getting 7 to 9 hours of really high quality sleep every night, because that's when your body repairs itself. You get that rest and repair, you're ready to go the next day feeling fab.
Managing stress is another big thing as well, and when you're under stress, because of the hormonal imbalances that creates, your body does not use calories in the way that otherwise would. So we really want to look at how to manage our stress. Things like, deep breathing, and it could literally be as simple as maybe you get time just to take 5 deep breaths in, 5 deep breaths out. And you will notice that if you can do that just to ebb the flow of the building stress, you will feel a little bit better. Going out for a walk, looking at the trees, looking at the blue sky when we get it, feeling the wind in your face, it doesn't really matter, but just getting in the moment and
Paddling your toes.
paddling your toes, allowing yourself to calm yourself, maybe using a journal just to do a bit of journaling to get your thoughts in order, to see if the thing that you're really stressing over maybe can be rationalized a little when you journal about it.
Okay, and then we can support our gut health as well with having some probiotic rich foods, things like kefir, yogurt, and maybe some sauerkraut. So those are good for our gut. So we want to round it all up.
Round it all up. So we busted 5 big metabolism myths today, and so now you know that aging is not the main reason for a slower metabolism. Muscle loss is the main reason.
And eating too little can actually backfire and slow your metabolism right down.
Strength training beats endless cardio when it comes to your metabolism.
And intermittent fasting is not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Yeah, listen to your body, find out what works for you. And then the last one was metabolism is much more than just calories in versus calories out.
Thank goodness. So let us know in the comments below which myth surprised you the most. We would love to hear from you. And if you want to learn more about improving your metabolic health, you can watch our free metabolic health masterclass for that deeper dive into all the details of that. We'll add the link to that below in the comments.
We'll add the link in the comments below and you can have a look at that for yourselves. But, keep going. It's all the little steps that add up. If you've enjoyed this today, please do like, subscribe to our channel here, turn on the notifications so that you hear more about how to really live your best years in your 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond.
Okay, we hope you have a wonderful day and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye for now. Bye.